It's me, Missy. I'm back, and today I'm going to be playing some more Dragon Age 2. Now, when we last left off, we had just helped out Fenris with a couple of issues that he was having with some old enemies of his. We also helped out a couple other people. We did some side quests. We did some main quest stuff with the Black Powder Promise. We are currently supposed to be helping out the Air Shock, but we have a lot of other side quests and a lot of other companion quests that we need to get done. So, with that, guys, let's get into the game and let's help out our buddies. Also, I finally got the DLC on, so I missed a lot of stuff, which I apologize for. I'm very sorry about that, guys. I know I missed some things. Big apologies on that. But I will try and get all the DLC stuff done. I'm very sorry.
I like the doggy.
Oh.
Ruff, ruff, ruff.
That's kind of cute.
Ruff, 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 ruff.
It looks like they're having a nice chat. Maybe Sandal picked up some Mabari speak from our time at the Hero of Ferelden's camp.
Awesome. Oh. Oh, I can't talk to you anymore. Damn. Okay, let's look around. Barbarian Cache, Dogs of War, the Mountain Father's Haft, Action Caress, Helm of the Reborn, the Visionary's Visor. Good lord! You know what? I'm just gonna look at my fucking premium content. Jesus Christ. Shralier's Estate. My inventory is full. Okay. Two-handed. Empress's Point. Courage. Warrior. 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 All warrior stuff. Warrior. Warrior. Restriction Carver. Restriction Fenris. Aveline. Okay. You know, I might as well sell this crap. It's 26. This is 28. But it's not as fancy. Okay.
Quite a lovely estate you have here. Isn't that right, Sandal?
I'm sorry I broke it.
Yes. Well, we'll get that replaced right away. Sorry about that.
It's okay.
Always at your service, Miss Eyre.
Enchantment apparatus. Writing desk. So much crap. Black sheep cache. The weapon. Royal collection. Of course, I am still full. Okay. Rogue. Rogue. Lion's Call, Freeman's Gauntlets. Carver. Sebastian. Varric. Fenris. Isabel. Okay. Well, this can go away right now. This. There's so much crap. I apologize, guys, for this being me running back and forth putting things away, but... $38. Guard. Varric. Sebastian. Archon's Blades. Special deliveries. Okay. Helm of Exile. Golden Mask. Bell's Gauntlets. Gauntlets of Summer. Ancestors' Greaves. Golden Greaves. More of this. Apostate's Legacy. Malcolm's Honor. The Fugitive's Mantle. Malcolm's Bequest. $26. Do that. Fugitive's Crown. Black Silk Gauntlets, 36. That's better than I was wearing. Okay.
Always at your service, Miss Eyre.
Bianca's fine. Arbor of Andrew. Uncle's bequest. Okay. Fire warding. Defense.
Ooh, enchantment.
He's so sweet. So why can't I just sell to you? I guess because it wouldn't make sense to be able to. Rune of striking. I need level 17. Okay, I'm at level 13, but they will be nice when I get there. Okay. We'll put the finery away. This can go in here. And what we are gonna do is we're gonna take a little trip outside, and I'm gonna fucking take care of some things, and then I shall come back here and deal with some stuff. That is a cool staff. I like that. Fenris, Isabel, Varric, you're coming with me for now. We're gonna go on a shopping spree and fucking get rid of some crap. And I'm gonna give you new things. So you should be happy about that. This looks odd the way it is, but it's okay. I sell all this crap, but right now, lost memory, Fenris. Band of Emancipation, also Fenris. Here you go, Fenris. There's this as well, I think. The Pearl. Lady's Choice. Might as well sell most of this crap. Eye of the Bearded Dragon. Fine Gentleman's Sash. Okay, I'm gonna sell my crap to somebody. I think there's the thing over here. Maybe? Yeah, there's sellers over here. Hubert. Here, have all of it. All of it. Every single thing. What, you can't take any more? This is kind of nice. This is... I'm not sure about. Have. Actually, I want this back. You can have this as well. Have this. Have this. This as well. Okay. Now I'm gonna go back to my estate and I'm gonna take care of some things. Finish this home. This way. And I'm back home. Okay, we need to take care of this, or it's gonna bother me. Why is Evelyn here? That's not a good sign.
Good to see you again, Miss Anne.
Good to
If
see
you
you too,
need me
buddy.
for anything, by all means, let me know.
I don't like it that Evelyn is here. That scares me. Freedom's Promise. Tomes. Tomes allow Hawk to instantly learn abilities or improve attributes. They're used as soon as Hawk acquires them. A tome of the mortal vessel grants one more. Well, I couldn't read that fast. I got money, and there's more things. I earned a level up. Post family crest. Jesus, look at some of this stuff. Fire damage, cold damage, electricity, nature improved with level up. Damage to humans. Good lord. Malcolm's honor. We'll just keep these on me for now. 90. Stuff that I have equipped currently is 107. 90, but that's a lot of stuff. 36. 72. Wisdom's Eye. 38. 38. Elusive. That on. $90. We'll do this for now. Enemies drop better equipment. Magic. Disarm traps, bonus to lock picking. Enemies drop family equipment. If better equipment, not family equipment. Defense, immunity to knockback. Enemies drop more coin. Willpower, health. Defense, enemies drop more coin. Immunity to flanking. Okay, this. Morning Frost, and extra better equipment. Blue Flame. Okay. Okay, I'm still full. Well, I'll talk to you in a minute, Evelyn. Let's leave and come back. That's a cool staff. And a cool outfit. I like that. Let's just go so I can give you people shit. Everybody is also leveled up for some reason. I look odd, but that's okay. $79. Want that more. Two-handed, two-handed. Okay, let's see here. Guardians weighted. Backhander. This. Okay. This is 22. I know you do spirit. At least I think you do spirit. You either do spirit or nature. We'll go with that for now. Native shadows. Better equipment. Enemies drop a coin. Meryl. Meryl. There we are. Anders. Anders. Hey, Grinders, that's it for now. Yeah, this is fine.
You're the captain of the guard.
Do Dalish honestly not recognize the difference between demons and beneficial spirits?
We've never thought of the Fade as the home of our gods. It is another realm,
Another people's home. No different or more foreign than, say, Ozama.
But have you never studied the types of demons? They break down very clearly into different sins.
Spirits differ from each other. Just as you and Hawk and Isabella are all human. More or less.
Okay, then. Well, let's go sell some crap because I want to get rid of it. I have so much crap now that I have the DLCs. Oh, God. It's not that nice. 28, 26, 24. This is fine. Spiral Eye. Okay. Belt, string of pearls. Ring, ring, ring. Talisman of Cerebus. Keeping that. Keep this too. Okay, I shall go back. That is not what I wanted. This is what I wanted. Level ups. Force Mage. Well, you guys wanted me to be a Blood Mage, so I'll be a Blood Mage. Blood magic is in use, however, the mage cannot be healed by conventional spells or potions. This mode cannot be used at the same time as a healing aura. Okay. Safeguard. Disperse. Battery. Through sheer force of will, Aveline refuses to be knocked off her feet or stunned. Attacks that would normally send her flying or distract her with lengthy elemental effects like major immolation are instead converted to smaller reactions. A resilience talent from Defender School allows her to ignore those smaller reactions as well. Your magic's high enough. I'm gonna let you continue to be a blood mage. You... What do I want you to do? Rock armor, petrify. Let's do that. Anders. Your willpower is so small. Glyph of paralysis, heroic aura, crushing prison. Great deal of damage over a short time. The siphon. Spirit bolt. Walking bomb. Okay, that's good. Achievement unlocked. Specialized. Okay, I have more crap back at the house that I need to get rid of and take care of before we can do anything else. Good lord. So Aveline was here for some reason, which I don't know
Welcome
why.
home, Miss Eyre. Everything's quiet here in the mansion. I thought them up.
Okay. You can go in here. You can go in here. 90. You can stay. You can stay. No. No. Yes. No. 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 Okay, this could stay for now. As for Carver. Sebastian. Okay, this is fine. Go away. You can go away. You can go away. Okay. Only a couple more things. Memento of Mark of the Assassin. No, not yet. What are these things? Memento of Legacy. Okay. That's interesting. That's cool.
Fenris said Daenerys left this at the mansion. Ah, Carver. Still as resentful as ever.
Yes. Well, he's always been resentful, little prick. Okay. Black Emporium. Greetings, you do not know who I am, but I have heard of you. I understand you might need items from my collection as well as the means to obtain them. I do not extend this invitation to anyone, but you are not simply anyone, are you? Consider this an invitation to the Black Emporium. Enclosed are directions through the passages underneath the city, as is the charm to enter. If you give the charm to another, its permission will immediately be revoked, and the consequences will be unpleasant. Adieu. Okay, cool. Okay. I would like... That is the wrong thing. To grab... This is a dual weapon. This is the dual weapon. Dual weapon. It's 20. It's also 20. This is two-handed. Empress's Point. It's 79. It's also 79. She needs 25 strength for it. It's two-handed. Aegis Razor. This is better, and then I need something for Isabella. This. Okay, that should be good for now. Good, that's done. I need to give this crap to my group, and then we can start actually doing things. Thank God. Isabella, Fenris, Aveline. Here, have this. Have this. Okay. Some traps and lock picking. We need to do flanking. Enemy strap more coin. Do level 14. I need to get you to level 17. Have this, and let's give you a ring. Actually, that's fine. This. Okay, this is fine. There we are. Okay, that's good. Level ups. Dual weapon. Forgiving chain. Let's just do that. There we are. Let's see. Sunder. that. Wow, nice outfits and stuff, guys. Real good. Love it. Okay,
Well,
now...
Captain. Can I call you Captain? You can call me Captain.
I won't be doing that.
Neither will I, because you're a guard captain. No real authority. Not like on a ship.
Well, you would know about having a large number of men under you.
Oh!
You've been waiting to use that one. Did you practice?
Shut up.
Oh, she practiced. Oh my god. Defensive Transfer Amulet. Penris. Okay, well let me go sell some crap and then we can take care of companion stuff. Starting with Fenris, since he lives close by. And then we can move on to many other things that we need to do. Okay, this is fine. Okay, let's go find Fenris's house. Just this way.
Good to see you, Captain.
There's something over here. Oh,
Sebastian. Stop this madness. The Chantry cannot condone revenge, Sebastian.
It is my right, my duty, to show these assassins there is nowhere in the Free Marches to hide.
This is murder.
Okay, goodness.
No. What happened to my family was murder.
Nice armor, my man. Very dramatic. Duty. A grave crime was committed against all free-thinking men and women in the Free Marches. The ruling Vale family in Starkhaven, my family, was brutally murdered, down to the youngest babe in arms. This massacre was carried out by members of the Flint Mercenary Company. I hereby offer a bounty on the head of each Flint Company soldier in the Kirkwall vicinity. Cool. I will definitely take that. Now, give me 1 second, guys. I want to check one thing. Okay, looks like we're doing okay. That's good. I am glad. Okay, well that's not why I'm here. I'm here to go talk to Mr. Grumpy Pants, who is over this way. Okay. See, our home is still very much a mess. Good to know. Fenris. I love my new
Last
outfit.
bottle of the Egregio. I've been saving it for a special occasion.
Awesome. Let's get
And what's
drunk then,
that?
I guess.
The anniversary of my escape. Astia Vala Femundis.
Okay.
Care to hear the story?
You want to discuss it now? You want to discuss it now?
I thought you avoided talking about this.
Not on special occasions.
Okay, well at least he's smiling. Tell me anything you like.
I enjoy listening to you talk.
There are few pleasures greater than speaking with a beautiful woman.
Well,
Let's
aren't you
see.
a flirt?
You've heard of Saharan? The Imperium and the Qunari have fought over the island for centuries now. I was there with Daenerys during a Qunari attack. I managed to get him to a ship, but there was no room for a slave. I was left behind. I barely got out of the city alive.
He abandoned you.
I thought Daenerys considered you valuable.
He wasn't given a choice. The look on his face as the ship pulled out was priceless. There are rebels in the Saharan jungles called Fog Warriors. They found me and took me in, nursed me back to health. I stayed with them for a time, until Daenerys finally came for me.
Didn't she want to leave?
Were you with these Fog Warriors willingly?
I'd grown fond of the rebels. They bowed to no master and fought for their freedom. It was beyond my experience. When Daenerys came, they refused to let him take me.
Oh no, I see where this is going.
He ordered me to kill them. So I did. I killed them all.
Oh. Sorry, Fenris. I know that sucks. I'm really sorry. So, what? Why? Why did you...
Why would you do such a thing?
Why'd you kill them?
It felt inevitable. My master had returned and this fantasy life was over. But once it was done, I looked down at their bodies. I felt... I couldn't. I ran and never looked back.
I don't even know what to tell you here. You're making me want to cry. Oh my god, I forgot about this. Holy shit, man. Why'd you lay this on me? Ah! Jesus. How did you get away?
Didn't Daenerys stop you?
The rebels had wounded him. The soldiers he brought attempted to capture me, unsuccessfully. It was weeks before Daenerys was able to mount the hunt in earnest, but by then, I was already gone.
I guess that's good. You didn't stay at Sahara?
Couldn't you have found other Fog Warriors? Become a rebel?
Even if I did, I felt unworthy. I had no way of knowing if I could truly escape from Daenerys then. I didn't even know what that meant. I simply had to get away. I stowed aboard a ship to the mainland and moved south, chased by my former master every step of the way.
Why didn't you leave earlier?
I have to wonder why you stayed with Daenerys as long as you did.
You have not been a slave. A slave does not dream of freedom or wonder at possibilities. You think only of your master's desires and what the next hour will bring. It did not occur to me that I could be anything else until I had a taste of it.
Well, slaves feel that way?
But there are stories of slaves rebelling all the time. They did in Kirkwall.
The ritual that gave me my markings also stripped me of my memory. Whatever I was before may as well have never been. Perhaps if I knew, I might have felt differently.
That's a good point. You regretted killing them?
How well did you know these Fog Warriors?
I knew them only a few months, but in that time, I felt as if I truly lived. They were bold, strong, free with their affections. I was in awe of them and owed them everything. And I turned on them even so.
Thank you for telling me this sad
This can't
story.
be easy to talk about.
I'm really sorry, Fenris.
I've never spoken about what happened to anyone. I've never wanted to. Perhaps this is what it means to have a friend.
Just friends?
It might mean more than that.
I have never allowed anyone too close. When my markings were created, the pain was extraordinary, and the memory lingers. But you were unlike any woman I have ever met. With you, it might be different.
I'm willing. This is a little sudden. Stop right there. Why? So you've never...
Are you saying what I think you're saying?
If there was someone before, I have no memory of it.
And since?
There was no one after you escaped, even.
I stayed nowhere for long. Who would I trust?
Good point.
I didn't think I needed anyone, or wanted anyone, until now.
Well, my sweet sad boy, I'm very willing.
We could find out.
On
Just
another
don't kill
evening,
me in my
perhaps.
sleep, please.
A last toast, then. To the fallen.
Achievement unlocked. Flirtatious. Yay! Romance with Fenris. It is progressing finally. Woohoo! Varric. Anders. Varric first. I want to take you guys with me at some point, but you know what, we're good right now. I'll take it. The Black Emporium. Thank man. And they'll go away. Varric!
I've got something for you, Varric.
My father's signet ring. Where did you find it? Bartrand pawned it off to pay for the expedition. I can't believe you found it. This sounds exactly like the sort of fake thing I'd make up about you.
Well, feel free to embellish this.
When you tell people, mention that I got it from the belly of a dragon.
I'll throw in a couple of werewolves and a griffin for balance.
Good.
Well, maybe now my contact at the gates of Orzammar won't ignore my letters.
I'd hope
Paramount is
not.
hoping that if he just shuts his eyes tight and wishes, the real world will go away. Anyway, I owe you one, Hawk. Remind me later to put you on my tab.
Definitely, man. Level up. Shatter shot. I am best friends with Varric, and that makes me super fucking happy.
Telling the story had made me more handsome.
I understand you're named after a famous knight.
Everyone always brings up the name.
I've not heard of Sir Aveline. Is she very famous?
Really? They don't tell of her glorious downfall into Winter?
Not to slaves.
Pardon me for saying so, but thank the Maker for that.
Okay. Bartrand Estate, and then we'll take care of Anders. And then we'll be running around like a headless fucking chicken. Doing other things. That is so far away. Hey, Hubert. I will take care of you later, I promise.
You do not like your name?
My name is a wish my father made, and I did want to be a knight, but...
I see. Still, it's a good name. A strong name.
What were you named after?
I don't know my real name. My master called me Fenris, his little wolf.
Could you not call yourself something different now?
Couldn't you?
A fine point.
Okay, guys, let's go over here. Over this way.
I've got to get this message to the Merchants Guild by Sunday.
And this way. This way? Yes, this way. Past Fenris's home.
Good. Carry on.
Okay, Aveline. And because I don't want to go through the whole fucking rigmarole of fucking doing everything that I just did earlier, saving.
This house looks abandoned.
I don't get it. My sources saw people making deliveries here just a week ago. This looks like it's been empty for months.
We should look around.
This is still our best lead. We might find something that'll take us to Bartrand.
My thoughts exactly.
I remember this. Looks like we got ourselves a standoff.
So that's how you greet your brother, is it, Bartrand? Fine. Say hello, Bianca.
You're pathetic! Let's dance, you sons of bitches!
Here we are.
You want a piece of me? I'll tear you apart! You want a piece of me? You want a piece of me?
There we are.
Barker! I'm coming for you, you know!
Okay, another one.
Line them up for me. I'll take you all.
Come on.
Bartran! I'm coming for you! No! You bastard!
There we are.
Bartran! I'm coming for you, you nug-humping bastard!
Of course, he's a nug-humping bastard. Not just a bastard, a nug-humping bastard.
One for me! How many of you...
Into pieces you go, sir.
You want a piece of me?
Okay.
Let's dance, you sons of bitches!
Come on. Shoot him.
Let's
More
dance,
people
you
falling
sons
to
of bitches!
pieces.
I'll take you all!
There we are.
You want a piece of me? You want a piece of me? Let's dance, you sons of bitches!
And you.
You want a piece of me?
There we are. Three in a row.
Oh, Varric, please forgive me, my brother. I was just
God, you can
jealous
tell
of you.
this is just a fan
How
fiction
could
that
I
Varric
ever
wrote about
compete
what he
with
really
you for
wants to
mother's
do.
love?
You're strong and handsome, and so very smart. What?
Why lie now about this? What have you to gain?
What do you want from me? I broke in, I found my brother, and it was awkward. Family business.
No. I think there's more to it.
Fine.
She's so boring,
You
isn't
want
she?
the gory details? I'll give you the gory details.
You'd never suspect that she reads his romance novels. Okay. I'll take that. I can't sell it.
These corpses aren't even stiff yet, Hawk. Somebody's been in here today.
I don't see any corpses, but okie doke. I shall take your word for it. Here, have fire. Here we are.
What did my brother do to these men? They were completely out of their heads.
I will take your word for that. Okay. Here we are. There's another door. Hold on a second. Yeah, okay, that was the only way I could go anyway. Let's go. Hello? Here, have fire. Here we are.
I'll cut you good!
There we are.
Let's finish this!
Okay. See anything here? Nothing else here. Let's keep going. There's a door there. Okay.
One less to
Okay,
worry
no
about.
problems. Here we are, and now I'm going to heal you. Here you go, Varric. And one more. Okay. Okay, creates guard. Coral fragment.
Watch where you step.
Oh, lovely. I'll let them all come down. Freeze you. Okay. Here we are. Well, Fenris, you're fine. Shake it off. There we are.
Make it go down!
freeze, please.
I'll deal with this.
And he's dead.
Varric? Is that you? Praise the ancestors.
Hold up. I know this man. He's Bartrand Stewart.
Okay, so we
Hugin,
don't trust him.
What happened here?
Varric, your brother. That statue he brought out of the deep roads. Bartrand said it sang to him, even after he sold it.
That's not good.
I've been hiding in here, but the guards, they're like crazed animals. I didn't dare go past them. Everyone in this house has gone mad.
Okay. What has Bartrand done?
What did he do to the guard to turn them to this?
He's been forcing them to eat lyrium. Some of the servants, he cut pieces off them while they were still alive.
Oh, lovely.
He says he's trying to help them hear the song. Please stop him.
Bartrand's not exactly a nice guy, but this doesn't sound like my brother.
It's not your brother anymore. Where's the statue?
You said he sold the statue. To who?
I don't know. It's why we came back to Kirkwall. He was already starting to rant about the sodding idol and his singing. On his better days, he hated the thing. Wanted to get rid of it. But the minute it was gone, he got worse.
Of course he did. What are the others, where are the other servants?
I haven't seen anyone alive in here except for guards. What happened to the rest of the staff?
I don't know what Bartrand did to them. By the ancestors, the sounds coming from his study. They're dead by now. I hope.
What do you mean you hope they're dead?
Just whoever, whatever you find in that room. Varric, give them a merciful death.
We'll take care of this.
Everything will be all right. You're safe now.
I wish I believed that, human. Bartrand took the servants and locked himself inside the study. No one's come out for days. And those sodding lunatics just keep prowling the halls.
Then we go in after him. Come on, Hawk. Let's finish this.
Well, I can tell you this, it's not going to be pretty. Okay, let's see here. Just check things, like there's a chest here. They're right, reinforced buckles. Eric! Chest. Okay, let's go. That ain't good. Where'd you go, dude? Oh, well, hello? Okay. Freeze him.
Go down!
Hey, Bartrand. Come on. Here we are. You can do that. You can do this. There we are. Check that, please. Freeze him. And he's done.
I can't hear it anymore. I just need to hear the song again. Just for a minute. Stop saying that! I know I shouldn't have sold the idol to that woman. It was a mistake! A mistake.
Well, he's a
Bartrand,
little cuckoo.
get a hold of yourself. Do you know where you are? Do you know what you've done?
Varric, you'll help me, won't you, little brother? Help me find it again. You were always a good one.
Help you? Bartrand, you left me to die. You left all your men to die. And for what? Some trinket? Look at yourself. Look at what you've done to the men and women who served you. Where's your nobility, brother? Where's your dwarven honor?
I don't think he can hear you.
He doesn't look so good. I'm not sure he even knows we're here.
I didn't come here just to leave without telling my brother he's a filthy nuglicker and demanding some answers.
I know.
Why'd you do it, Bartrand? Were you already crazy before we even went into the deep roads? Or was it all the statue?
Idol, not a statue. It wants to be worshipped. It wants me. It wants me back. She stole it from me. For this.
Where's the statue?
Who did you sell the idol to, Bartrand?
She glittered like the sun, but her heart was ice. She will not feed it, not like I did.
Well, I know who you're talking about. Meredith. My commander. Statue did this.
Bartrand was a bastard when he sealed us in the deep roads. But he wasn't a madman.
Bloody ancestors. Why bring me this close and still nothing? For 3 years, all I've wanted is to look him in the eye and get his answers. Why he abandoned us in that thaig. What any of this was for. I guess there's nothing he could say that would make it right.
Kill him, let him go. Kill him, let him go. Kill him?
He's beyond any healer's skill. Make it quick and end his suffering.
Right. Still going to feel good pulling that trigger.
Oh. Oh.
I'm sorry, Varric.
Come on. I don't want to look at this place anymore.
Okay. Oh, poor Varric. Boots of the Overseer. Armor of the Overseer. Companions. Check with Varric and his suite in the Hanged Man. Okay. Well, let's leave.
Something on your mind, Varric?
I should thank you for your help with my brother. He was a jackass, and he tried to kill us, but that was still the hardest thing I've ever done. He was never what you'd call nice, or pleasant, or hygienic, but he was my only brother.
It's for the best.
He was obviously suffering. You spared him a lot of misery.
I hope you're right. I don't know if surface dwarves go back to the stone, or hang around singing hymns with Andraste, or what. I just hope wherever he is now, Bartrand stays out of trouble.
What do you think happened?
Any idea what really went on with him and that statue?
Well, the thing must be cursed. I don't know if it's magic or demons or the bile of the ancestors, but I think curse about covers it. If we're lucky, whoever he sold it to had the damn thing melted down for scrap.
We're not lucky. Want to stop by the chantry?
If you're worried about it, we could ask one of the priests to pray for him.
I'm pretty sure any decent priest who prays for Bertrand would burst into flames. Anyway, thank you. I'll keep looking into who bought that blighted statue. At the very least, they need to be warned about what happened.
Okay, let's leave. We are gonna go to the Hanged Man. Okay, Varric.
You have got to hear this, Hawk. There's this tale making the rounds. They're saying you single-handedly fought off a pirate invasion at midnight on the sacred ground of the Chantry.
Where did you hear that?
Strange that people would get such an idea out of the blue.
I may have embellished a detail or two here and there. A little. And added a few things that didn't happen. For pacing, you understand.
Uh-huh.
Just don't be surprised if people seem in awe.
Why tell stories?
What compels you to spin these ridiculous tales?
I love the sound of my own voice. And I'm a compulsive liar. Honestly, I don't know. It's just something I do. There's power in stories, though. That's all history is. The best tales, the ones that last. Might as well be mine.
Good point. What do you get out of this one?
I find it hard to believe you're spreading these stories without getting something in return.
Well, that just shows what you know, Hawk. The stories are their own reward. You really need to see the look on someone's face when I tell them you ripped the arms off an ogre. Just once.
Why am I the hero?
Wouldn't it make more sense for you to be the main character in these tall tales of yours?
There's a recipe to a good hero, Hawk. It's like alchemy. 1 part down to earth, 1 part selfless nobility, 2 parts crazy, and you season liberally with wild falsehoods. You let that percolate through a good audience for a while, and when it's done, you've got your hero.
Well, you've been busy then.
And exactly how many taverns have heard this particular story?
I only frequent the nice ones. Where it goes afterward is anybody's guess. You're beautiful, deadly, and hang out with fantastic dwarves. It would be a crime if people didn't talk about you.
Well, thank you, Varric.
I'll quit exaggerating before it goes to your head.
Do you ever feel like the world's getting simpler? Like everything from Eden?
Okay, let's go talk to Anders.
Fighting is a lot less complex than it used to be.
Let's go.
It feels good to be captain of the guard, yes?
No, I will not change the patrols around your mansion again. There's already been too many questions.
You wound my pride with such accusations.
But you were going to ask.
Eventually.
I'll look at the roster and see what I can do.
Okay, let's leave, and now we are going to do... Boo. He's in Darktown. Anders' clinic is in Darktown. Let's go. Coterie.
Can't go up to Lowtown.
This way. Let's go talk to Anders, give him this amulet, yada yada yada.
I thought you might like this.
You got me a gift? I hardly think I've done anything to deserve that. Is it a... That's a Tevinter Chantry amulet. Do you want me to get executed? It's sacrilege to wear those in any land under the Divine.
The Deventures freed mages.
The Divine condemned their chantry because it freed mages from the Circle. I thought you might sympathize.
I like it. Maybe not on the outside of my clothes. I'm not that eager to face the hangman's noose. But I appreciate the thought. I've never really thought about what life would be like in the Tevinter Chantry. In the Circle, they make it sound like the Void itself. The Black Divine stalking Thedas, making it unsafe for kittens and virgins.
That's propaganda.
Mages have been free in Tevinter forever. It hasn't fallen yet.
Well, they did invade the Black City in their hubris and unleash Darkspawn on us all, right? That's kind of the Circle's whole rationale. But I think that has more to do with being a Magister than a mage.
Yeah, I think so too.
I appreciate the gift. Perhaps one day I can return one as meaningful.
Well, I'm glad I made you happy, Anders. I'm not romancing you. You are a mess. Duty. Flint Company mercenaries. Go to Thunder Mountain, find Flint Company mercenaries. Wounded Coast, Flint Company mercenaries. Let's do this first, and then we'll work our way up, I guess. This way. Yes. Wounded Coast, yes. Map. Duty. That's a long way.
So you found your brother?
I did. Wasn't expecting that.
You're gonna regret.
I see you know the time
But Bartrand? No. Occasionally, wasn't consumption.
It's his son.
Too bad. Do the same.
Kill Fenris.
Something has me. You go through me before anyone else. That's enough. Let's finish this.
There we are. That was a lot of people. Pile of bones. Random dagger. And we're going this way. There's a crate over here. Okay, let's keep going. Over here. Nothing. Nothing there. Well, there's a ton of Mabaris. Okay. Well, I feel bad hurting the puppies, but I had no choice. This way. This way. Nothing. Well, that's not a good sign. Here.
Face me. I stand for all of us. Make her take you.
There we are. Fenris is doing fine by himself so far. There we go. That's taken care of. Now let's go up here. There. Okay, and that's taken care of. Good to know. Let's see, let's look around. Ornate amulet, shade. That's what happened to the lost members of the Qunari. That kind of sucks. Okay, let's leave. Before nightfall. And then we go this way, and I can leave. It's cool that we get to see the shipwreck. More elf fruit. Oh, well, I found people.
Come at you!
And now you, buddy.
Don't get full of yourself.
This formula, Mythal's favor. Nothing here. Okay, let's leave. Yes, so we need to go what? To the locks? To the docks. That's what I'm trying to say. Hey, dude.
I found your patrol.
Found your answer.
They won't be coming back.
You have stolen my duty, Basra. We were supplied for this task, but you have done this instead. Take what was meant for us.
Item received, Binky's comfort. Okay, Let's go talk to Hubert. Hi, Town.
You, Varric, have a very large mouth.
And here I've always looked up to you. What is it now?
There were fistfights in the barracks over who was the model for your guard cereal.
Hard in Hightown. Riveting stuff. Everyone loves a dirty guard on the edge.
Varric.
Fine, I'll start his big finish. 3 chapters until Donan Brennakovic retires and opens a tavern on the coast. I sure hope he makes it. He's getting too old for this shit.
This way.
So much work to do.
Good day to you, guardsman. Might you have something to donate to the needy?
Hubert.
You got my letter.
You've been gone a while. I thought you had things under control.
I told you I would handle this, and I did. Now, after a year of raids on our shipments, I finally caught one of the culprits. One of our miners, Sabine, has been leaking information. Do you know him? He claims to be from your hometown in Ferelden. I would like you to get this festering sore to divulge who is behind the thefts. When you are ready, I will bring Sabine to you.
He's from Lothering.
Who is this man?
I would not expect you to recall every pisspot from your past.
I don't remember Sabine. He must be from the outlying farms.
Well, he brags to his fellows that he grew up with you in Lothering.
Of course he does. I'm ready, let's go.
Bring Sabine back to my place.
Excellent idea. I will get him now. Here is the dung pile I caught leaking next week's shipment schedule. He won't tell me who he's working with. Who else has been screwing me over? Tell me, you ratting mongrel!
I need to get violent.
Instead of beating the poor man, let's appeal to his better nature.
Please, Miss Sayre, help me. I knew you since you was young and Lothering. I knew your mum's family, and your pop. Mike, you got him rest.
Pathetic. I leave this bastard in your capable hands. Get me when he's ready to talk.
Thank you, Miss Sayre. Us Lothering folk should stick together.
Why'd you do it?
What made you betray your employer?
Before the Blight, my family had a good life in Lothering. Clean home, fertile land, friends. In Kirkwall, we lived in a hovel. People spit on us, and some days we went hungry.
I understand.
I know it was hard to leave Lothering. Talk to me, so we can put all this behind us.
As soon as I tell Hubert what he wants to know, he'll kill me or throw me in prison. My life's not worth much, but my family. I only wanted to give my wife and son a better life.
I'll sweeten the pot.
I'll make sure your family is taken care of.
I'm humbled by that offer. Thank you. I hid some gold in the bone pit. I'll mark it on your map. I'll regret stealing from someone like you, so please, take it back.
Hawk, this is Lily of the Coterie. Given the importance of stopping the cargo robberies, I have enlisted a consultant.
Consultant? Sure. Whatever helps you sleep at night.
Well, Doug, are you ready to bark now?
There's an ambush planned tonight at Dietrich Crossing.
Tonight? That leaves you barely enough time to intercept them. You had best leave immediately.
We'll protect your precious shipment, but make sure you have the coterie's payment. Want me to deal with this runt? Free of charge. I'll drop him in a ditch on our way out.
Yes, take him.
With my blessing. I assume my partner will not object?
We'll send him to prison.
Sabine should pay for his crimes, but let's not sink to his level. Send him to prison.
I suppose you're right. Fine. I will turn this lout over to the guard. You will rot in the dungeon for years, wishing all the while I had been kind enough to murder you.
Jesus, dude.
We're wasting time. If you find naught but corpses at the ambush, it won't be my fault. We're too late for your boys, but we'll make the rotters pay.
Come here. There we are. There we are. Where's the last one? There you are. Taken care of.
That was almost too easy. Wait. I recognize that lout.
Who is he?
He's in the coterie. One of that damned fool Brekker's men.
They're attacking me?
So your organization is behind this?
We got explicit orders not to. Hubert's been good on his payments. If Brekker ordered this, the rest of his life will be very short and painful.
Good. Who is Brekker?
Tell me about this man.
He operates out of the south side. Always had more balls than sense. His lackeys are loyal. Brekker must be involved.
Time to meet Brekker.
Let's pay Brekker a social call. We've got a lot to talk about.
I've got to be sure first. I know who to lean on to get answers. Find me in the Undercity.
Lovely. Tiger's Eye. Enchanted Staff. Let me make sure there's nothing else on the ground before I leave. Doesn't look like it, so let's go. Yes. Dark Town.
Blondie, Sunshine, Daisy, Ravani. What am I?
Beg your pardon?
You don't call anyone by name except for me. Where's my nickname?
Aww.
That's not true. There's Hawk and Bianca.
Hawk is a family name, and Bianca is a crossbow. Don't change the subject.
Haven't thought of a good one yet. What do you think of Red?
Too common.
Well, when you think of one, let me know.
Well, that's kind of cute.
Maybe we could find some work.
This way. She's been killed.
Don't let them get away!
Of course.
You coterie. One of Lily's friends.
Lily was one of ours. She was working for you, and now she's dead. You get one chance. Did you kill her?
She was dead when I got here.
Lily didn't die by my hand. Someone else did this.
Explain yourself.
It's Brecker's fault, obviously.
This is a case of the right hand not knowing what the left is doing. One of the scum that attacked my caravans worked for someone in the coterie named Brecker. Lily said she'd look into it. I think Brecker had her killed.
Which sucks, because I like her.
Brecker, If you're lying, I'll find you.
Well, honey,
Men,
I'm ready whenever you are.
We have to get to the bottom of this. Now.
Poor Lily. This way.
Turn up.
Brecker's hideout. Ouch.
Another fall!
You do get results, don't you?
Okay. Barrel. Damn it. There's where he is. God damn it. Freeze you.
Get back!
Here you go, buddy. Hmm. And he's dead. We're good.
The guards don't get here often enough.
Okay. Rune of Spirit. Let's see. Hi, Brecker.
You must be Brecker.
And you're that lice-covered refugee.
Now you die.
Hope you enjoyed saying that. Those are the last words you'll ever speak.
Exactly. Those are babies. Well, he's dead. Taken care of. Easy peasy. Dude, how about you just fuck off?
Before anyone else.
Greetings from the
There we are, and now you. Okay. Here we are. Taken care of. Wrecker. Don't see anything else really except for this. See, please. 1 second, guys. Okay, let's leave. Oh, there's a chest.
You know, I might be able to give you a hand.
Here we are. Okay, let's go. Hightown. Hubert, I fixed the problem.
I found the thieves responsible for the cargo thefts. I put them out of business.
Excellent. With that resolved, the mine's profits will soar. For now, partner, please be sure to visit our workers occasionally. You have a knack for keeping them happy.
Cool. Good to know. Can't do that. Don't feel like doing that right now. Premium content. Let's do this to get Sebastian on our team. Yes. So Judy, black powder courtesy. Let's go to Cinder Mount. Kirkwall docks at night, okay. Here we are. There's another one. And you. Okay. Last one's at the docks. Yes, let's venture forth. Let's go to the docks. This way.
You're gonna regret it!
Bye.
Another one for me! How many have you got, Hawk?
Just use passage.
That's not really my thing.
Ah, Insufficient skills still. Lovely. Heavy shield. All the Flynn Company mercenaries were dealt with. Return to the Chantry and tell Prince Sebastian that his family is avenged. Okay. Well, let's go do that. Chantry.
We're here to serve the makeup, perhaps if we put some flowers
What are you
there.
here for?
And
Your family can rest now. Their killers are gone.
Mistress Hawk, but what? Are you saying you responded to my post on the Chanter's board?
Yes.
I thought for sure no one even read, but you say you've killed them. You have my eternal gratitude, Syrah. It is comforting to think my parents might now rest easily in their graves.
Tell me about yourself.
Who are you exactly?
I am Sebastian Vale, Prince of Starkhaven. Her Grace might prefer I introduce myself as a brother in the Chantry, but I could not stay after what happened to my family.
Starkhaven?
Isn't that where the Circle Tower just burned down?
Yes. I believe that was part of the same strike against my family. In one instant, we lost our mages, our Templars, everyone my parents used to call on for protection.
Oh, lovely. Why are you still alive?
Why didn't your family's enemies hunt you down as well?
That's why I took the offensive. Thanks to you, those Flint Company assassins are no longer a danger. I'm the last of my line. Unless I survive, my family will have no justice.
Why was your family killed?
Who sent these mercenaries?
My family has ruled Starkhaven for 6 generations. We have enemies, but none who would identify themselves openly. A distant cousin of mine is claiming rulership now, but he is a bit simple. He can be no more than a pawn in this plot.
Who might have done it then?
Surely you have a guess as to who was behind it.
My parents were always prudent in how they handled our nobles. They did not allow rivalries or resentments to flourish. The attack must have come from outside. Kirkwall is our largest trading partner. I came back here to find support for my claim, and perhaps for a clue as to who is behind this foul deed.
Well, I'm glad I could help.
I hope their deaths bring you peace.
Thank you. More than I can say. I truly did not expect anyone but me to take up this cause. Consider this in advance. When I have secured my lands again, you will be paid royally. Now, if you'll excuse
Thanks,
me,
dude.
I must meet with the Viscount and petition him for aid to a fellow city.
Achievement unlocked. Retribution.
You know the Tethras family businesses are registered in your cousin Elman's name.
You don't say.
But I can't find any record of you having a cousin Elmond.
I'll introduce you sometime. He's a little on the shy side.
Varric, he's imaginary.
Which makes him a much better head of the household than I am. He never misses the Merchants Guild meetings for one.
Mark of the Assassin, a memento of the past. Black Emporium. Should probably also go visit Meryl. Ferris, Hawk, Hangman, Meryl. Let's go see Meryl.
by the dread wolf! Why is my house always such a mess when people are here? It's clean sometimes, I swear.
Okay, nothing from Meryl then. Well, I'm gonna look at all the crap that I have to read. Armor of the Overseer. The Overseer was a nickname given to the Magister Claudian Virentus, the last and perhaps most notorious of those assigned to the Maharian Deathstone Quarry outside of Kirkwall, now known locally as the Bone Pit. The Master was known for sadistic cruelty. His malevolent social experiments were designed to make example of those who disobeyed him. Varantus even noted that feeding slaves to his pet dragonlings was little more than they deserved. The slaves revolted in 25 Ancient, put an end to the overseer. He was assaulted by a mob of slaves who stripped his enchanted robes and threw Varantus into the bone pit to be feasted upon by his dragonlings. What became of his robes during all the chaos is unknown, but it is assumed they remain in Kirkwall. The long trek. Malcolm would never tell his wife or young children where he was from, was a bloody tale that forever gave him nightmares. When their love was still fresh, Leandra once pressed him on the subject. All he would say is freedom's price is never cheap, but that was 100 leagues and a lifetime ago. His haunted gaze lingered on his favorite boots, and he would say no more. Fugitive's mantle. Malcolm Hawke ranged the breadth of the free marches as he ran from the Templars who pursued him. He often posed as a mercenary, and his substantial martial skills, easily secured him positions at different bands. On one assignment for the Crimson Oars, he was sent to Kirkwall, the seat of the Templar power in the region. He had every intention of staying there briefly, but fate had other plans. Malcolm's bequest. In Kirkwall, Malcolm met Leandra, and despite all common sense courted her. The few times Leandra managed to slip away from her family, Malcolm showed her a whole new world, something completely different from her cloistered existence. It was dangerous, forbidden, and she quickly fell madly in love with the dashing Malcolm Hawke. These stolen moments would end all too soon. One day, while fighting the Carta on the docks, Malcolm used magic to save the life of the Crimson Oars leader. The Kirkwall Templars were alerted, but Malcolm wouldn't flee the city without seeing his love one last time. He devised to meet her at the masked ball for the visiting Orlesian Empress. Disguised in Orlesian robes, Malcolm slipped past the Templars to dance with his love. At the end of the night, Leandra would not hear his goodbyes and chanced at happiness rather than facing her gray, prearranged future. Malcolm and Leandra ran into the night and never looked back. Oh. Malcolm and Leandra fled across the waking sea to a new life away from the cold shadows of the gallows. It took some doing, but the vastness of Ferelden allowed them to fall beneath the notice of their Templar pursuers. They settled in the small village of Lothering, where Malcolm made every effort to ensure that his children didn't fear magic, and were well insulated against those who did. Malcolm had picked up a trick or two here and there, and this deceptively simple staff shows the breadth of his wisdom. More an ongoing project than a simple specialist tool. It is the handiwork of someone comfortable with the life he must live for as long as he is granted the opportunity to live it. Jesus. Aldenon's vestments. To all appearances, he was a hedge wizard hailing from the Frostbacks, perhaps Alamari, but from the Wildlands if so. Venerable, currently worthy of respect, but not commanding it. When he stormed into my master's feast hall and offered his services in a resounding voice, there was laughter at his audacity. Several bondsmen offered to remove the miscreant, but before they could grab him, the mage lifted his staff and the bondsman fell to the ground. Each time they stood, they slipped again, and their antics were met with laughter. Earl Tenendor, the elder, who was not long for this world, demanded to know who this arrogant invader was. I am the beginning of the end. I am Luckbinder, Spellweaver, and the Keeper of Secrets, and I am here to build a kingdom. I am Aldenon the Wise, and if you haven't heard of me yet, never can you say the name again. His voice boomed, silencing all. His magic was potent, and the hall gave him a wary look. Tendor accepted him as his advisor that day. Then when Tendor the Younger rose to his father's seat, he took Aldenon into service as well. I sat with the mage in many councils, and although his magecraft was greater than even the Tevinter magisters, many believed his advice to be folly. He had little appreciation for the hard truths of our lands, they said. Compassion, mercy, justice, they matter not when Tyrann Simone invades your land, subverts your nobles, and takes what's yours. He grew bitter and impatient with us and ours, and these sentiments were often returned. But others could see he had a vision of something better than the endless petty wars of Tears and Arls. When Arl Marden besieged us, a youth named Calenhad was sent to meet the Asp. but all expected a treacherous end, yet the boy returned to great claim and announced there would be no terms. Aldenon was taken with the foolhardy honor the boy displayed and seemed to awaken as from a dark dream. The mage told Tenender Tenender the younger, he would lend his aid for the battle, but after that he would serve another. Accepted his resignation with relief more than anything. By the end of the siege of the Western Hill, the Arl was no more. It was Calenhad who defeated Meriden in single combat and became Tyrn Calenhad. Aldenon was named his chief advisor. Freedom's promise. As Calenhad grew into a man, one great continuous issue separated him from Aldenon. Calenhad's faith, as biddable as Calenhad was on some topics, never would he back down from matters of honor or Andraste. What Aldenon believed, only Aldenon knew, but he most certainly did not believe in the Maker. The friends' arguments grew only hotter as the years passed. But that aside, the union of Calenhad's peerless honor and Aldenon's ingenuity overcame every obstacle set before them. Rivals turned into friends, treacheries were uncovered, and impossible battles won. But as we turn to Tyrn Simon, no one rested easily. Tyrn Simon's host outnumbered us many times over. He controlled the holy city of Denerim. Many great and terrible warriors had sworn him fealty. Aldenon conceived a plan to enlist stronger allies, and Calenhad went into the brachial forest to make it so. But unbeknownst to the mage, Calenhad had made contact with the Chantry. When Calenhad returned as the head of the Ash Warriors, as Aldenon expected, so as well did Templars and Circle Mages join our host. Aldenon was in a fury such as I've never seen. He wanted a kingdom of free men, of moral people beholden to a law, where a common man would tend his land safely and in peace. He lifted his staff and his voice echoed through the halls. A civilization cannot be civil if it condones the slavery of another, and that is what the Circle is. But by accident of birth, those mages would be free to live, love, and die as they choose. The circles will break if it be 1 year, a decade, or a century, or beyond. Tyrants always fall, and the downtrodden always strive for freedom. Then Aldenon left, and although Lady Shaina slew Simon that day and Calenhad ruled a united kingdom, my liege was not the same without his mentor and friend. We live in the kingdom built on the dreams of two great friends, and we are all lessened by Aldenon's departure. Robes of the Pretender. As the Chantry's hold on the kingdom grew, the Aldenon's rebel mages were reclaimed by one by one. The great Calenhad came to regret letting the Circle form in his kingdom. Certainly he missed his old friend's counsel. Then Calenhad disappeared, leaving crown and kingdom to his unborn son. One story says he tracked down Martirel the Elusive, the only one of Aldenon's apprentices who was never captured. Calenhad managed what the Templars could not and found the mage. He asked Martirel where Aldenon had fled to, but Martirel refused him. The next night the king asked again and was again refused, so he began to tell Martirel his whole life story. After a full week, the king reached the end of his tale. Martirel heard the regret in the king's words, so the mage broke his solemn vow and told Calenhad where his old master had gone. Calenhad thanked him and left to find his truest friend. Whether Calenhad ever found Aldenon, what they said, and whether they made amends, only the Maker knows, but that's the last anyone ever saw our king. Wisdom's Eye. Although his vestments are legendary, Aldenon also weaved many subtle and potent enchantments into his cap during the years he fought against the Circle Tower of Ferelden. He claimed he could use Wisdom's Eye to even see the future. Certainly the innumerable times he and other rebel mages escaped Templars lend some credence to the claim. When Aldenon's band numbered fewer than the fingers of one hand, he donned his hat and meditated a full day. When he awoke, he said the Maker and the Circle had won, and he bade his apprentices run. He was never heard from again. Air of Confidence. After averting a disaster at the Circle of Markham, Evra was given this ring by the first enchanter. Though the Air of Confidence is not as eye-catching as his other famous ring, it's said that Evra always wore it, and even when sleeping, the exact magical properties of the Air of Confidence are a subject of much speculation among minstrels. Amulet of Ashes, ruined piece of charred wood, hangs from its setting of half-melted gold. Holding it over an open flame, however, reveals its power. In the flickering flames, the gold recedes into some form shape, while the wood turns brown and reveals its grain. Blood Dragon armor, commissioned by an infamous Navarran dragon hunter. This armor was crafted at a time when dragons had almost been hunted to extinction. Infused with the beast's blood, the armor gained notoriety after the hunter died at the hands of men rather than the dragons it was designed to protect him from. Far Cliffs of Kirkwall, written by a Ferelden refugee as she fled the Blight. This book of poems describes her dreams of a new start in Kirkwall, the city across the sea. Readers will surely be enriched by her insights. Hader's Razor. In Kirkwall's seedier quarters, fortunes have been built on the slave trade. This ancient dwarven blade undoubtedly commanded a high price, but Hader could clearly afford it. Who says crime doesn't pay? Duraz's Blue Flame. This weathered silver amulet has passed through many hands over the years. A deep blue sapphire almost glows in a certain light. Although time has faded its intricate engravings, the amulet has a certain majesty about it. Everest Trophy Belt. This grisly belt is filled with monstrous teeth, chipped blades, scraps of fur, and armor fragments. Each piece is said to be a trophy collected by Evra during his many adventures. Everest Might. When Evra gained notoriety by defeating the Blood Sisters of Benstel, he was wearing his signature ring. Although the massive size of the solid gold ring attracts attention, it served a more practical purpose for Evra. He used it to punch demons in the face, sometimes felling them in a single blow. Smart, smart. Fade Shear. The core of this blade is old as the first smiths who sought a way to battle the nightmares from the lands beyond. It had fought the demonic host in countless battles. Sometimes it has been held high in triumphant victory. Other times it has lain broken beside its dying owner. But after every defeat, it has always been reclaimed, reforged, and made stronger. Fade Shear has passed through many hands before yours. Now it is your turn to make the demons of the Fade pay for crossing the veil into the waking world. Boots of the Frozen Waste. Temperatures in the Frozen Waste can become perilously cold. The barbarians that live there favor boots like these to protect against frostbite. Barbarians who are generally hospitable and friendly often present these as gifts to travelers. Hindsight. There are more famous swords than you could count. There are helms beyond numbering, and there are breastplates, daggers, and even mystical footwear that roll immediately off the tongue. There are storied rings, gloves, and even bags invoked around a camp's common fire. But belts? There are very few noteworthy belts. It was here that the dwarf Talid Hammerspur decided he would make his mark. Here he thought, between the tunic and the trouser, I will stake my claim. He was familiar with the state of the art, of course, as an artificer making a name for himself in Orzammar. He had access to the typically robust record-keeping of the forges. He knew of the drunkard Cinch and the pouch paw, but there was no poetry to them, no lineage. They were parlor tricks, the domain of hawkers and pawns. He wanted a belt whose buckle gleamed with purpose, but what purpose? He worked on it from time to time, waiting for inspiration to strike. In the meantime, he needed something to keep his pants above the knee, and thought he might as well wear the damn thing. And he did so until after an especially memorable night at Tapster's Tavern, he managed to fall into his own forge. Shoveling out his remains, they found among the gray ashes his belt, somehow mercifully preserved. Hindsight is a belt possessed of a strange, slow intellect. Whatever would have killed the wearer does, and at that very moment the belt develops a resistance that would have saved its owner. No one knows how Talid managed this, and at this point it would be difficult to ask him. When the belt is held in the light, just so the leather reveals a grisly catalog etching in glinting lyrium. Talid Hammerspur. Fire. Grogut the Wizened Poison. Vilark. Stabbed 43 times. Haleth Baronet Witches. Went on like this for many years until it fell into your possession, your temporary possession. Well, that's a little creepy. I don't like that very much. The irons fashioned from the black steel of Kirkwall's infamous iron foundries. Minor safety harness, such as this one, have protected their hardy wearers since the days when the Deventer Imperium last claimed the City of Chains. Sir Isaac's armor, the chilling tale of Sir Isaac of Clark, our favorite of bards. performing in the wee hours of the night in dank taverns throughout Thedas. These horror-filled stories captivate listeners and bring nightmares to those faint of heart. Ivo family crest. Evolving over the year, the crest of House Ivo has become much more ornate than Paragon Ivo's original design. This ancient golden amulet bears the original crest, though the engravings, as simple as stark lines, are somehow deeply striking. Not striking, stirring. Deeply stirring. Oh. The line over Orlais. At the height of the summer war, all of Orlais was embroiled in fierce battles. Over the course of the war, dozens of contenders for the imperial throne emerged, most long forgotten except a footnote in scholarly tomes, but everyone remembers the gallant young lord. Emile Devereaux, the Golden Prince, though outnumbered at every turn, he raked victory upon victory, culminating in the Seventh Battle of Roses. Wearing this shield, he broke through his uncle's vanguard to win the day. He never knew the taste of defeat, instead meeting his end at the hands of a jealous lover in the dead of night. That sucks! Of Things Not Lost, written by a Ferelden refugee as she fled the Blight, this book of poems describes her struggle to preserve her past and cling to the few physical mementos she's brought with her into foreign lands. Readers will surely find this book enchanting. Oh, the Ring's Lament. Written by a Ferelden refugee as she fled the Blight, this book of poems contains touching reminiscence of all she had to leave behind. Readers will surely benefit from her experience. Staff of Partholon. During the exalted marches, the Tevinter Imperium was at chaos. Magister Partholon and two high-ranking magisters were sent to Kirkwall to put down the slave uprising before it spread to the entire empire. However, their legion never arrived at Kirkwall. No one knows what happened to the party, Magister Partholon, or his fabled staff. Longbow of the Avars. We investigated the area as per your instruction. It seems Warden Fiona is correct. It was once a dwarven fortress that one of our scouts called Kolbaras. Regardless, it has fallen to ruin and the taint now. Despite Fiona's description, there are no darkspawn to be found. If they were ever present, they have since moved on, which, if you ask me, seems highly unlikely. Tales of this darkspawn who speaks must be a product of fevered imagination. It does not, trust me. There are no signs of a library in the fortress, nor any indication that the Grey Wardens or King Merrick were there at all. One of my men did, however, find something in a section of the deep roads not far away, a longbow of Avar origin, amid darkspawn corpses, the age being hard to judge, considering how the creatures deteriorate. I suspect the bow belonged to Kel Ap Morgan, the warden who sacrificed himself to facilitate Fiona's escape. If so, he put up an impressive fight. We found evidence of his body. Sadly, I shall send the bow to you in Weishaupt. Bard's Honor. Curious thing, Perrin. I found the axe among Kaelin's belongings, wrapped in damask cloth, and initially I thought it might be another gift from that Orlesian harlot. It was a pretty enough thing, and the markings on the blade certainly seemed imperial. I even went so far as to confront Kaelin with it, and do you know what he said? The axe was of personal importance to his father, so why wasn't it buried with his ashes? I asked, because my mother wouldn't have approved. I wonder if he was lying, but Kaelin's terrible at it. I did some digging, and are you aware there was an elven woman seen in Merrick's company shortly before the Battle of Riverdane? There was a rumor, I understand, that they were lovers and that she was a bard. Was Merrick being blackmailed? I wonder if this has anything to do with that mysterious bequeathment to those elven families in Orlais. Of course, I had Kaelin dispose of the axe immediately. Letter from Queen Honora. Arms of the Riverdane. The Battle of Riverdane is among the most famous in Ferelden's history, fought at the onset of the Dragon Age in a bid to secure the country's independence from Orlesian rule. The Ferelden army was cobbled together from commoners and bands who had turned against the Orlesian usurper king Magirin. Even so, under the leadership of Logain MacTyr, they scored an astounding victory against a large force of chevaliers, fording the River Dane. Afterwards, Logain was hailed as Ferelden legend, and for a time, veterans of the battle enjoyed similar status. The soldiers' possessions became prized mementos, and particularly the suits of armor belonging to those early supporters who joined Merrick after the death of his mother. Moira, the rebel queen. Folk tales suggest that the Maker's blessing lives on in the armor those brave allies wore on that fateful day. Fiona, Duncan became Ferelden's commander of the Grey in 910 Dragon, assuming the mantle from Commander Pollara, under whom he had served since the Order's restoration in Ferelden. Pollara, who hailed from Antiva, had built an amicable relationship with King Cailan. She overcame many of the objections of Tyrion Loghain, who had argued strenuously against the Order returning. After all, the Wardens had attempted to overthrow the Ferelden throne centuries before. When Pollara disappeared, perhaps recalled to Weishaupt, although none in Ferelden saw her leave. Nor have seen her since. Duncan bequeathed to her son a silverite axe of great value. Duncan said he had wielded it and then twin in younger days. Back when he had been a far different man, he named the axe Fiona after a warden who inspired him and suggested that the son ought to take similar inspiration from his mother. It is unknown what became of Polara's son, other than that he fled Ferelden during the same blight in which Duncan perished. Arms of McTeer. Tyrion Loghain McTeer was not a born nobleman. It is said his family descended from the freeholders in the western Banar region known as Oswin. His father, Gareth, would have had no surname of his own. He likely would only have described himself as of Oswin or Ban Oswin, as the region would have become known in the Old Tongue. The name McTeer means son of the land. It was bestowed upon Loghain by King Merrick after the Battle of Riverdane. Ferelden people considered the name highly appropriate to them. Tyrion Loghain was a son of the entire nation, and he was famously said to have told a crowd that Ferelden would forever be part of his blood. After Loghain's betrayal of King Cailan at Ostagar in 930 Dragon, the general became as reviled as he had once been revered. His benays in Gwerin was looted and many of his personal possessions stolen, among them the armor he wore at the Battle of Riverdane. The armor is said to have had special significance to the man. One particularity of the armor was a square of red silk pinned to one of the shoulder belts. For luck, Loghain once explained. King Merritt's helm. King Merrick Theron, widely regarded as a hero by Ferelden people for liberating the country from the Elation rule, disappeared at sea while en route to Wycombe in 925 Dragon. He was to attend a gathering of the Marchers' lords in an attempt to forge a union to the north, and when he failed to appear, the Free Marchers fell back into the petty squabbling that they are infamous for. Tyrion Loghain spent almost 2 years searching for his lost friend, consuming much of the royal treasury and the majority of the Ferelden navy. The search was futile, and when Loghain claimed that Orlais had purposely sunk King Merrick's vessel in order to prevent Marcher unity, he was called off by his daughter Queen Honora and a united Benor. It was time to mourn the king, they said, and so in 927 a massive statue funeral was held in Denram's chantry. To this day, rumors insist that Merrick is still alive, perhaps held in an Orlesian prison somewhere. The lasting mystique has increased the value of his personal possessions, leading to the theft of several artifacts from the royal palace. Among those was the helmet said to have been worn by young Merrick at the disastrous Battle of West Hill. Black Fox's jerkin during the merriest part of the night in any tavern in the land. Odds are good you'll hear one of the many tales of the Black Fox. His gallant running hero, the Black Fox's misadventures took him and his band throughout Thedas. He's blamed for many thefts, a few murders of a revolution, and almost a kingdom-wide civil war, but every one of his deeds were designed to thwart tyranny and oppression. The final tale of the Black Fox tells of him and his band searching for the sunken city of the elves deep in the forest of Arlathon, where he parted with his jerkin in a less than voluntary manner. Hood's message to the king. He wields a rebel bow, strung tight against heartwood, strained too far. It is a tension that cannot last, but it doesn't have to, for the cause must be won or lost while passions still burn. It's a powerful template for revolution repeated many times across the Free Marches, but was it born on a battlefield or in rhetoric? Message to the king is where the stories usually diverge. Sometimes it's a plea for liberty taken to a tyrant's heart by the point of an arrow. More often it's carried in the clatter of a sacrifice as weapons fall to a courtyard's cobbles. It depends on the audience. The young like their victories sudden and violent, while the old prefer something more cautionary. It may be that the hood is not so much a person a person as a tactic ushered to far horizons on the grave embrace in order to protect conspirators. After all, how many deaths can he claim when one is the typical limit for a common man? But the tales return time and again across leagues and centuries. At a certain point, one hopes the name is symbolic because allying with such a power would bring its own problems and debates. And not debates, debts. Powers and debts. I'm sorry for this, guys. I just want to get through these. Jarvia's shank when the Carda crime boss Barrett fell. His lover Jarvia fought off rivals, planting this shank in each of their hearts before she emerged as the group's undisputed leader. For years, Jarvia used a mix of brutality, cunning, and blackmail to grow the Carda's power until it threatened the Diamond Quarter itself. When King Andrian Idukan died, some whispered that Jarvia planned to force the Assembly to recognize the rights of the Dusters in Orzammar. Others said she planned to overthrow the nobles entirely. The truth will never be known, though. She was killed in cold blood by the hero Ferelden. I don't remember killing her in cold blood, but you know what? I guess we'll go with it. Lion's Claw, foiled at every turn by the infamous outlaw lady Rosamund, the evil, ever-persistent Tirlogane fielded an army to chase the bandit throughout the Kokari Wilds. Eventually, she was captured near Barshamp. Bound, gagged, and in chains, she still managed to escape on the first night using thieves' tools concealed in these gloves. This day, there is an unclaimed bounty on her head of 1,000 sovereigns. The Rascal Scale by Coinheart. Strangest suit I ever made. The scale for the full rascal, no second thought needed. A project I wanted to try for years, obvious given my name right. But I could never find a fool to wear his wealth as protection. This one, though, was daft as any sufferer and was paying 2 coins for each that I hammered, and that buys a smile and nod for any idiot. I guess he's something of a name in his own lands, this rascal. So I can't really question. I did him my best, like always. Damned lyrium weave left my fingers numb, though. No sword we'll get through that, I guarantee, but I bet his children are born pale. The Archon's Blade, the Archon Guard of Hessarian are vilified throughout the lands. The chant, despite their cruel treatment of Adraste, as one of the reasons the Maker turned his gaze from his creation. After Hessarian converted to Andraste's teaching, he disbanded his guard and stripped them of their arms. Most of the guard's swords were destroyed, but a handful of the Archon's blades are still around. Perhaps one of the blades here drew the prophet's blood as the Archon interrogated Andraste before her execution. Beauregard the Bold. Beauregard the Bold was either a hero or a traitor, depending on how you look at it. Before exile was common among the dwarves, only the most heinous crimes warranted a dwarf being stripped of house and sent to the surface. Beauregard qualified and was banished on accusation of regicide after killing a dwarven king on the proving sands. Beauregard spat on the assembly that pronounced his sentence before strapping on his armor and leaving it. Gundar. Living on the surface, Beauregard's incredible fighting skills, tactical knowledge, and intellect built a naval empire centered in what would one day be Antiva. His more enduring legacy was teaching human smiths, engineers, and other crafters jealously guarded dwarven secrets. Cursed by dwarves and held by humans, Beauregard became a figure of much controversy. As complicated as his life was, the story of Beauregard's armor is even more checkered. His armor has passed through many heroes' hands over the centuries. Despite the advantages it gave them, no hero using it ever survived to old age. The Edge of Night. You've never seen a lad so taken with an axe. He carried one of the old sodding things with him wherever he went, practicing day and night. He drove his mother to distraction he did. Even when he was fully raised into the warrior caste, he refused proper weapons, said he had the feel of an axe and that's all he needed. Over the years, he spent a small fortune having smiths layer enchantment on him. Oh, how others would sneer at those ancient things. Well, they did until Beauregard lopped off King Jurgen's head on the sand. Sad business that, and Gundar was the poorer for it, and I'm not just talking about the king. the Empress's point. As one of the early rulers of contemporary Orlais, Empress Genevieve I created many of the traditions and practices of the imperial court. She employed the bravest and most skilled swordsmen to her guard, the Empress' arm, one of the main predecessors of the Chevaliers. Her guards were given a princely gift, an enchanted Tevinter blade. These blades were named for the Empress's darker side when rivals overstepped their bounds. Genevieve was always quick to make them see her point. The Golden Princess Raiment. Tales of Emile Devereaux flourish amongst the Orlesian peasants. The dashing Golden Prince was a populist who raised a huge army for his common subjects by promising reform for the aging empire, although he never won his imperial coronet. Lord Emile captured the hearts and minds of generations of Orlesian dreamers while wearing this gold armor. It is said that as a young girl, even Empress Celeste was captivated by his stories. 1 second, guys. I gotta get a drink. The charge of the Ashen Warriors is a sight to behold, with hounds at their side and their fierce battle cries. The Ash Warriors have buckled the ranks of even stalwart veterans. If the enemy line does hold, then the true test begins. Quill and ink is a poor medium to convey the sheer power of their rages. Despite the Ash Warriors' renown, several misconceptions persist. Some believe the mercenaries are predominantly Evar or chastened tribesmen. Certainly their armor invokes barbarian roots, but the men and women of the Ash Warriors are almost entirely civilized. In my travels as chronicler and surgeon, I spent several months with the Ash Warriors, although finding any willing to speak of their history was difficult. The stories I gradually elicited were chilling tales of hard men. One was an arsonist who joined the Ash Warriors on the gallows after he had committed fratricide, and another's dire past I dare not recount. In joining the Ash Warriors, their crimes were forgiven, for it was as if they were never born. Even in legal records, their old life is erased, contracts voided, marriages annulled, records of birth erased. In this, they are much like the Dwarven Legion of the Dead. Their new lives are dedicated to redemption and service. My first night with the band, I was startled when they asked me to sing a few verses from the Chant of Light. Grim to a man and fiercely garbed, yet they were as eager to hear the chant as the most faithful parishioners. I felt as the first missionaries must have, surrounded by barbarians. The more I learned of the Ash Warriors, the more questions I had. They are mercenaries who demand no pay, men with no past, considered the king's men, yet beholden to no one. Could have traveled with them for many years and still had mysteries to uncover. Dogs of War. And then Valkromith swung his mighty hammer, and the blow tore the army band's head clean off. He lay crumpled beneath the war leader, and Valkrom did shout, "You canine lovers, you who think you can defeat me, stand before me and my dogs. They are the dogs of war." He planted his blood-soaked hammer on the earth, and his enemies did quiver. But victory would not go to the Chasen that day, for Hafter approached and intoned, "I am Hafter, slayer of Darkspawn, leader of the Alamari. No dog nor wolf alive frightens me." And so they traded blows for 3 days and 3 nights, bruised, bloody, and tired they grew. It was after 1,000 blows that Hafter's blade Usaris found Valkromith's heart. Then Hafter spake, "I banish the Chasen from these plains. I have taken the greatest of your men from you and claimed his weapon as my own. If ever you rise against me or my sons, we will take more than that." And so to this very day the Chasen never venture far from their wilds, and the children of Hafter still hold our lands free. Hauberk of Gelgenig the Faithful. Not all of the Elamari tribes flocked to Andraste, especially on the borders of the Kakari Wilds. Her words found scant purchase. Decades after her death, many Elamari held true to the gods of their ancestors. Missionaries braved these hard lands only to become martyrs of the faith. And so it was until the Elamari were embroiled in a bitter war for survival against the Chasen and Anvars, when the leader of the Ash Warriors, Gelgenig, received a vision of Andraste, the charismatic barbarian traveled throughout Ferelden telling his tale and unifying the fractious bands around the word of the Maker. The Ash Warriors ever since have been fervent in their faith to the Maker. Okay. Mountain Fathers Haft. Frostbacks turned red with barbarian blood. We found their sacred caves and claimed their most holy relics. When the soldiers come out of the mountain cave and brandish this weapon, the Avars rose up in a mighty fear. They had to put down every man, woman, and child. It was as if they had gone rabid. Before they perished, their wishwoman pronounced a curse so revile and treasonous 3 soldiers had to be whipped to re-establish discipline. Our guide says the axe is a sacred weapon, a weapon of the gods. We plan to march further into the mountains to defeat the last of the tribes. Surely they cannot be more than 1,000 left. I have every confidence that by the next spring, these barbarians will plague us no more. Then we can turn our attention fully to the Jason and Alamari. Although this axe may look crude, I assure you that it is of enormous importance. These backwards people consider it the first spoils of many. William Bulwark, from the fair and deadly Lady Shayna to his faithful squire Sir Tellers. Much is known of the companions of Calenhad, the first king of united Ferelden, but seldom do bards recount tales of William, Halfir, and the Ash Warriors. While noble Calenhad was trying to assemble a nation, he found himself greatly outnumbered by Tyr and Simon's forces. It seemed a foregone conclusion that Calenhad would fall, but on the advance of Aladon the Wise, Calenhad ventured deep into the the forest in search of allies. Those woods have a fearsome reputation. After a fortnight of waiting for their lineage to re-emerge, his men lost hope. And then Calenhad returned with Wilhelm Halfir by his side and the Ash Warriors behind him. Although the Ash Warriors' numbers were relatively few, they turned the tide in the Battle of the White Valley. Halfir and his men breached the enemy's van, calling Calenhad and Lady Shayna to kill Tyr Simon and unite the land. Sitting on the Ash Warriors' campfires, listening to them tell of the prowess of William Halfir, it has become clear to me that his role in the formation of our kingdom is greatly underestimated. City of Starkhaven. Starkhaven, the largest city in the Free Marches, sits on the bank of the Great Minotaur River. I remember my visit to the city quite clearly. I was taken by the river by barge, a cumbersome vessel that moved at a stately pace. I disembarked by the city's central square, an impressive space with marble fountains and surrounded by kingly estates. Starkhaven's wealth was truly a sight to behold. A path paved in granite led up to the grandest building I've ever seen. My guide indicated that it was the residence of Starkhaven's ruler, Prince Vale. We supposed at the table of my guide's closest friend. I was presented with a variety of dishes from the region. One in particular stood out: fish and egg pie, Starkhaven's most famous dish. 3 deboned fish caught just that day were cooked in a porcelain vessel with boiled eggs, dried fruit, spices, and thickened cream, all topped with a light crust. Superb. Study of the Fifth Blight. I already read that. Adder of Antiva, these brightly painted bows are prized possessions among the Antivan pirates. A rain of arrows can clear the deck of any approaching ship and light fire to its sails. Apostate's courage. Among the Magi, some stood whisper of Calith, the renegade. Seeking freedom from beneath the Templar's heel, he fled the Chantry with a cabal of his most loyal acolytes. They reached the mountains before the winter squalls and lived there as free men for one glorious season. The Springt-Dolls brought a vast mercenary army, however, paid for and led by the Templar Order. Wanting to avoid bloodshed, Galeth and his acolytes surrendered peaceably and allowed themselves to be made tranquil. That's sad. Ring of Resilience. This faceted iron ring pulses with mysterious energy. As the beating of your heart increases, so does the intensity of its glow. Seeker's Bulwark. Emblazoned with the symbols of the Chantry Templars and greatly scarred from use, this large iron shield bears an unseen weight. It has been warded against magic to better protect the Seekers who wield it in the pursuit of apostate mages. The might of the Sten. Savikanari's sword is exquisitely balanced, although no nicks mar the edge. The bloodstains on the leather grip suggest that it has seen its share of battle. Sebastian Vale. In the face of danger, sometimes the bravest thing is to stand back and trust that the Maker will see justice done. Sebastian Vale is the only surviving son of the ruling family of Starkhaven, which was murdered in a violent coup d'etat. Sebastian cannot forget the irony that he still lives only because his family was so ashamed of his drinking and womanizing that they committed him to the Kirkwall Chantry against his will. After initially rejecting a priest's lifestyle, Sebastian was more surprised than anyone when he realized that his show of faith had turned real. Since then, his belief in the Maker and his plans for Thetis have been unshakable. Embracing his new role, Sebastian took vows of poverty and chastity to become a sworn brother of the Chantry until word of his family's death forced him to take up worldly concerns once again. Grand Cleric Athena, Sebastian's mentor and friend, hopes to convince him to walk away from the struggle for Starkhaven and return to the good works of the Chantry. Okay, and that is it. Good. Finally, I am free. Black Emporium. Let's go do that.
Customer. Thaddeus, stand straight. Places, everyone. Welcome to the Black Emporium.
This is weird and interesting all at the same time. Martian child, stare into the mirror of transformation, Imperium, basket of lost socks. Emporium Golem.
That's Gollum's name. Is Thaddeus Gigantus Crumbum III. He's my favorite.
Okay. Dressing in the nude, repose, invisible, can stone lie with purpose, can beckon with raw feminine command, yet shine with an inspiring virtue. The challenge was posed to sculptor Arwan de Glace, artisan and son of Empress Fugine of Orlais. It was busy work and rhetoric in a time of excess, but answer he did, with the reserves of a nation and a passion unhealthily. His subject, Our Lady, though not as depicted in traditional statuary. Arwan's mad ambition summoned the form of Andraste, uninterrupted by the trappings of war and devoid of the vestments she assumed after death. It was living, commanding, obscene, yet inspired. To gaze upon it was to be enthralled spiritually and physically. It was the latter that alarmed Chantry officials. They blanched at the thought of Our Lady being possessed of such a base appeal, even as they too were drawn. The work could not be destroyed without threatening the balance between empire and hallowed, so a grave censorship was enacted under the guise of honoring. Enchanters were tasked with extending the ethereal that hides the fade, drawing it around the form like a cloak. Our Lady remains in the stone and in this world, but mortal eyes have forever denied her treasure and glory. She is veiled in every sense. As in all things unintended, consequences must vex those with pure intentions. Modesty would have been better served by a thickened sheet drawn back when techniques were to be studied. As it is, the sculptor's skills are accessible only to an exploring touch, defining the shape by intimate caress. All manner of strange congress has stemmed from tempted hands and the innocent wish for clarity.
Please, don't fondle Andraste. The Templars sometimes come here, you know. The bloodstains take just weeks to clean up. Poor Thaddeus. Right.
Song of Sorrows.
I have those plebeian items. Take what you like. No charge.
Imperium's crafting materials. Maker's Sign. This concoction allows whoever consumes it to permanently reallocate his or her attributes, specializations, and spells and talents. Tar Bomb. This bomb explodes in a thick tar that immobilizes nearby enemies for a short time. Busting Grenade. Root of Fortune. Advanced combat techniques. Physical. Great elixir modal vessel. Whoever consumes this elixir gains great mastery over the body's potential. Tar Bomb. I need injury kits. Can I please have? Weapons could in this potent poison leech life from every enemy they hit, transferring it to the poisoners instead. This long drink of vitality and energy rejuvenates even the most flagging body. Of course, it's keeping the user's flesh, hardening it against enemy attacks for a time. This effect is not compatible with the Mighty Offense Potion.
No charge, Thaddeus. You hear me?
Thorium's relics and antiques. Magister's Scythe. King Something's Forgotten Armor. Gauntlets of the Nug. Stealth Boots. Dollbrass Amulet. Fallen Star. Sturdy Belt. Maker's Sigh.
Rare, enchanted goods. Oh, the prizes of my...
Oh, that's cool.
Master Socks. You can never have enough socks.
Basket of lost socks. In my career as first enchanter at the Circle of Ansberg, I have lost 208 socks of various and sundry description utterly without a trace. Sir Malaric, the Templar who supervises the Chantry's laundry rooms, assures me that this is a common natural phenomenon. Hogwash, I say it is physically impossible for an article of the material world to vanish completely and leave no signs of its passage. The only rational explanation, therefore, must be that the disappearances are magical in origin. This, I hope, will be the definitive treatise on the subject. I set upon my research with the following premise. Since it is a well-known fact that objects of worldly origin cannot travel between places on Thetis without crossing the intervening distance, and socks must originate in the fate itself, they are emanations of some spirit projected into the waking world, and whimsically recalled when the spirit desires. Therefore devised a plan to observe my socks after a period of 8 months. I hid within a sock blind, so that I might catch them unawares, both in the physical realm and in the fade, and hopefully witness their natural behavior firsthand. That's kind of funny. Kid.
Don't manhandle the urchin. He's not for sale. Find your own.
Okay. Mark the assassin. Remember the incident at Chateau Hein. This is a memento from that place in Gamlen's house. Memento of the past. Return home to reminisce about a harrowing experience. Herbalist task. Hawk Estate.
Fenris?
I have been thinking of you. In fact, I've been able to think of little else. Command me to go, and I shall.
Don't go.
No need.
Well, I wasn't expecting this as soon as I got home. Well, at least I finally get some action. I expected him to just never happen at this point.
Was it that bad?
I'm sorry, it's not... It was fine. No, that is insufficient. It was better than anything I could have dreamed.
Was it the pain?
Your markings. They hurt, don't they?
It's not that. I began to remember my life before. Just flashes. It's too much. This is too fast. I cannot do this.
You started this. What did you remember?
Your life before? What do you mean?
I've never remembered anything from before the ritual, but there were faces, words. For just a moment, I could recall all of it, and then it slipped away.
We could work on that.
Don't you want to get your memories back?
Perhaps you don't realize how upsetting this is. I've never remembered anything, and to have it all come back in a rush, only to lose it. I can't. I can't.
But I care about you.
We can work through this.
I'm sorry. I feel like such a fool. All I
Fenris.
wanted was to be happy. Just for a little while. Forgive me.
Damn it, Fenris.
So much has happened since we got here. I'm glad I've got it all written down.
Go down here.
Did you ever run the wilds, boy? Kirkwall is no city for a breed used to open spaces. Nice as your estate is, it's not healthy for a Mabari to be cooped up. May I take him to the barracks time to time? He could help train my guards.
That's a great idea.
I'm sure he'll enjoy that. Thanks for the offer.
Good. I think it's time they face down a good old Mabari charge. How about it, boy? Want to chew on some recruits?
Okay. 2 things. Nothing for companions, nothing for secondary, sketchy details. Okay guys, I'm going to end the stream here. I hope you guys enjoyed the stream. I had a lot of fun. If you want to see previous streams that I've done, go check out my YouTube channel. Link is in my bio. If you want to see when I'm about to stream something, go check out my Twitter. Link is also in my bio. Check out my schedule here on Twitch, or go check out my Instagram as well. I have my schedule posted up there. Or if you don't want to do any of those things, here is the stream schedule for the week. Don't forget to like, subscribe, follow, do whatever the hell it is you guys want to do. And I hope you have a good day or night wherever you're. And I shall see you guys real soon.